Oh, hello everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Stats. So, it's late again. I'm posting the video late. Sorry about that again, dude. Life is real busy. It's unfortunate, but today is just gonna be sort of the weekly episode, pre-week 6, post-week 5. So we're gonna go the order that we did last week. I think I liked, which is game rankings, power rankings, predictions. So for the game rankings this time, I'm not really gonna give much information on the lower games. I'm just gonna talk about like the top 5 games because there's not much to talk about for the lower games I've discovered. So I'm just gonna say like what happened in the top 5 pretty much. So this is the first week where there's a shortened amount of games due to some teams being on bye. But the worst game of the week was Houston-Baltimore blowout. 13th is Las Vegas-Indianapolis, another blowout. 12th is Dallas, New York. 11th is Washington and Chargers. 10th is New York Giants and Saints. The bowl of teams that aren't good. It's probably a more creative name, but I'm not thinking about it right now. I'm tired, man. Number 9, we've got Detroit, Cincinnati, more entertaining blowout. Number 8, Denver, Philadelphia. A good game ruined by kind of ref calls. A little questionable, but Eagles lost, so that's cool. 7 is Minneapolis or Minnesota and Cleveland. Came down to a last-second drive, so that's pretty cool. And then number 6, just barely missing out on top 5, is New England, Buffalo. Both teams, New England looked okay, but like Buffalo definitely did not look 100%. But it was still a close game, so I'll give it to New England for that. Number 5, I have Miami and Carolina. Now, this is not a game that I would have expected to go this way or be this entertaining, but it was. So, if I go to the game here, what? Bro, am I not looking at the right place? No, anyway. Miami, Carolina, sorry about that. 24-27 in favor of the Panthers. It was a close game for the most part, or at least at the end. Dolphins went up early, and then Panthers kind of made it a little bit back before halftime. But then Rico Dowdle had an amazing game going off for a lot of stuff. But then Panthers were able to lead a last-minute touchdown drive and stop the Dolphins from doing anything. Or really, the Dolphins stopped themselves from doing anything. They got nothing on that last 2-minute drill. Still a fun game to watch, even if the Dolphins lost, who I picked to win and also are one of my favorite teams, so that's unfortunate that they're doing so bad. Number 4, I've got Tennessee, Arizona. This is another match of the lower down teams, but this one was crazy because Arizona just completely threw the game. They could have won this so many times. Another comeback game for good old Cam Ward, his first win as an NFL starter. So they were up 21-3 at one point. Obviously, DeMercado had the fumble out of the end zone, so that helped with the Titans. But then the Titans scored the last 4 scores of the game to win by 1 point on the last-second field goal. Last-second field goals are always going to be up there, and that one for sure, number 4. Number 3 is a game that I kind of was dreading talking about. Chiefs-Jaguars. In a game where the Chiefs, inarguably, the Chiefs had a better roster. They have a better roster than the Jacksonville Jaguars. They beat themselves. The Chiefs had many opportunities to win this game. And, yeah, there were some weird ref calls on both sides of the ball. The interception by I think it was McDuffie. Was it McDuffie? Yeah, it was McDuffie, right? I think it was McDuffie. That probably should have been an interception because there was a little bit of, incidental contact PI, or non-incidental, that's the point. But there were some calls that went both ways. Either way, Chiefs had the opportunities to win this game and didn't, unfortunately. But regardless, it still made for an entertaining game, especially if you're a Jags fan. I will say the play at the end was really dumb, where Trevor Lawrence fell over and stuff. But honestly, for anyone that's yelling at Chris Jones, who not following Trevor Lawrence into the end zone, I think he should have done that. Honestly, the second that they got the PI call, which moved the Jaguars to the 1 yard line at the very end, I thought we should have let him score because, like, they're going to score anyway. They're at the 1 yard line. They got 4 chances. Like, we're not going to stop. We're not going to hope to stop them 4 times. Our defense is just not that good. So might as well try to get the ball back in the best quarterback in the league's hands, you know? Unfortunately, did not work. But penalties really cost the Chiefs in this one. I'll get to more talking about them once we, like, actually talk about them. But still, good game for sure. Kind of a comeback on the Jaguars' part. Good on them. Had a good game. Definitely gonna move up in the power rankings because of that one. Number 2, I've got. What do I got? I got San Francisco, Los Angeles. This one kind of reminds me of the Cardinals Titans game. I put it above Chiefs Jaguars because I think like the end. I mean, it went into overtime and just in general, it was a more entertaining game. Kyron Williams had a very interesting game. He did great like yards wise, but then like had obviously a couple costly fumbles at the end. Had 2 receiving touchdowns. So I mean, fantasy points wise, he went good. I had him on my team, but I actually had him on the bench. I think for some reason, I don't know. My fantasy week was not great. I played Worthy over Brian Thomas Jr. So maybe a little fan guying a little too much. But yeah, dude, Mac Jones is crazy. I think, if anything, this kind of proves that the 49ers, even when they have everybody injured, they're still going to be a decent team. Like, it's the type of team that any quarterback can sort of thrive in just because of, like, the pieces that they have around them. And a lot of them are injured at this point, but, like, they still got a lot of talent. They still got Christian McCaffrey. They still got Fred Warner. They still got some great players. Also, Sky Moore made a catch. Wow. Wait, did he make a catch? No, he didn't make a catch. He made a rush. Never mind. So, Sky Moore, still no catches. Yay. Anyway, yeah, the Rams, they lost, unfortunately, in overtime. They could have definitely won, threw it at the end, but good game by the 49ers. Unfortunate loss for the Rams. And then the number 1 game of the week, I think probably the highest scoring game of the week as well. I predicted it would be a good one, and it was. It did not disappoint. Tampa Bay and Seattle, ending with, I believe, a walk-off field goal. Walk-off field goal, and wait, what happened here? They got the ball back because they scored with 1:08 left. I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't actually watch this game, believe it or not, but I mean, I heard the ending. I feel like I heard what happened, but I just forgot it. But both quarterbacks had great games, Baker and Darnold. Darnold's looking good. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was going to fall off this year a little bit, but he's looking fine. He's looking amazing, honestly. Even without Bucky Irving, the run game, like with Rachaad White, was still good. And then obviously 2 of the best receivers in the league right now, Emeka Egbuka and JXN, dueling it out there. Both teams that I think are solid and should hopefully both make the playoffs. But yeah, good on those guys for making the best game of the week that will go into the list of best games of the week at the end of the season. So now let's go quickly through the power rankings, starting at 32, going to 1. We got some shakeups this week, so get ready. Number 32, the Jets, the only winless team. They got to go down to 32 after that, moving down 3 spots. Number 31, Miami. Without Hill, they can't do anything. Even against the Panthers, they lost, moved down 4 spots. And, actually, their only win came against the Jets. So, honestly, this is no doubt the worst team for me. Number 30, not moving a spot, is Cincinnati. I still think they're bad, and there's not much that you can really do about that right now. 29 is the Giants, moving down 5 spots. You can't lose to the Saints and expect to stay where you are. Number 28, I have the Tennessee Titans. I read TEN for Tennessee, and I said number 10, but it's number 28. They're Tennessee Titans, moving up 4 spots. And you know what? Number 27, the Saints also moved up 4 spots. They were the bottom 2 last time, but they both won, so moved up. Still think New Orleans' win was a little bit more impressive. I mean, their offense kind of showed a little bit of a spark with that Rashid Shaheed, 87-yard touchdown or whatever. That was cool. Oh, wait, I'm not using my whiteboard. Tragic. You know what? I'll do it later. whatever. I'm tired for this game. I just kind of want to get this over with so y'all can have some rankings to go with. But yeah, hopefully I'll have more time in the coming weeks to like actually do the whiteboard and stuff. Maybe I'll write down just like my top 10 teams or something. 26, I've got Cleveland. They haven't moved. Not much reason for them to. They didn't show any better or worse than they have been. 25 is Arizona. They moved down to. They've gone from a team that I expected to maybe even sneak into the playoffs to a team that lost to the Titans. Can't do that and stay up high. Number 24, we have a team that also is not very good, but somehow moved up a spot. It's Las Vegas. I mean, there's just too many teams that are below them that had to move down. Las Vegas kind of had to move up at least one. 23, getting a win and moving up 5 spots is Carolina. I think Carolina is the best of the teams that I would consider bad. The teams from Carolina down are the teams that, like, I think their playoff hopes are probably already kind of down the drain. Like, they're not making noise. They're bad. They're kind of out of it by now. Number 22, moving down 9 spots after a brutal blowout loss this week, is Baltimore. They're in free fall right now, and they need Lamar back to save them, and they're not getting it back this week against the Rams. I think they're going to start 1-5, and then it's going to be a tough road for them. I still think they finish either 10-7 or 9-8, but playoffs are an interesting conversation at this point. 21, we got Minnesota moving down 2 spots after a win. Did not look super impressive. Almost lost to the Browns, but they didn't, so that's good. Still don't think they're a great team, and even with McCarthy back, unless he reverts back to week 1 form and starts throwing a bunch of touchdowns again, I don't think it's going to happen. Number 20, I have the most confusing team in the league for me right now. The one that I don't even know what they're doing is Atlanta, moving down 2 spots. Are they on their bye week? I think they might be. I can check. I think they are on their bye week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they are. Either way, Atlanta, I don't know what to think of them yet. I need to see them play more games. I don't have enough information to see if they're good yet. I mean, the Panthers' loss is what's really confusing me here, honestly. Number 19, also moving down some spots on a bye week, moving down 3 spots, we have Chicago. Bears, not looking great right now. They've been looking okay in some games. Maybe they are on the rise, but like they still don't look like they're gonna make noise in the NFC playoffs, in my opinion. I think there's a couple teams that are above the rest. I still think I don't remember where I put them in my playoff predictions from that I did the other day, but that was before Dallas had a pretty good game. I mean, it was against the Jets, but still. At that point, I think Chicago is maybe my number 10 team in the NFC. And I've kind of realized that this is, with Lamar getting hurt and with Burrow getting hurt, like, this might be one of the first times in a long time that I really think the NFC is a stronger conference than the AFC. Number 18, moving out 4 spots, but still, they've got a lot of injuries, so they can't move up a ton. We have San Francisco. Good win. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't care that they have an easy schedule. I think they're going to find a way to lose the games and like miss out on, I get like 9-8 or something. But yeah, I don't think they make it in a close one. But yeah, San Francisco right now is number 18. Number 17, moving up 3 spots, we've got Houston. Defense had a good day. Offense also had a good day. The battle of Baltimore Ravens D-line versus Houston Texans O-line, the battle of the worst units ever. It ended in favor of Houston. I mean, they did allow CJ to get sacked. I don't remember. He got sacked at least once. I know that. Or maybe he didn't. I just saw a clip of the O-line still doing that. Either way, Houston, they're a team that could uprise. I still think I'm going with my Jaguars pick. But we'll see what happens. Number 16, moving up 5 spots with a really impressive performance, we have New England. Beating the Bills is a big statement, and they deserve it. I think they have vaulted themselves up from like not really in contention to maybe the number 8 team in the AFC. No, I don't think they've passed up Steelers. I think they're number 9 right now, but they could potentially pass up Steelers as far as like playoff seeding. We'll see. I mean, right now they're better than Baltimore, but by the end of the season, we'll see what happens. Number 15, not moving, even after an impressive win. I got Dallas. Their offense looks really good, and I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of weirded out. Like, what's going on there? Why is their offense cooking so much? I mean, okay, here's the thing. They paid Dak a lot, and Dak gets a lot of hate, but Dak is a good quarterback. I don't think he's worth what they paid him, but he is a good quarterback, and like under the right conditions, this is an offense that can succeed, and it's an offense that's succeeding right now. Their defense, on the other hand, not so much. We'll see once they play like an actual functional offense that isn't the Jets, but yeah. Number 14, we got Pittsburgh moving down 2 spots. What did they do this week? I forgot. Were they on bye? They were. They were on bye. Oh, they were on bye. Did everyone move down on their bye? No, not everybody. But the 3 teams that we've seen so far did. There's just been so much change that Pittsburgh is now down 2 spots. But yeah, I still think Pittsburgh they control their own destiny in the AFC North, obviously. I don't know if they pull it off. It'll be a really weird division. I still think if Baltimore like gets blown out like they did again, and then Pittsburgh has a decent performance, I mean, they're facing the Browns, so they're probably going to win. But like, if this keeps going on, I might have to switch my prediction to Steelers. Like, Ravens have got to come back and start winning those games. If Lamar comes back and they don't immediately like look way better, I think I'm out on the Ravens. But for now, I think they still have a shot. Number 13, I have the Chargers moving down 6 spots. They did not look good. The loss of Joe Alt has seemed to be a big one. Herbert has regressed from MVP Herbert standards, and just they couldn't really do much against Washington. Right now, I think they're the 3rd best team in the AFC West right now. I think they're not really in control of the division. I wouldn't predict them to win the division in really any circumstance right now. But yeah, I think they are going to bounce back because they've got some easier games coming up, but we'll see what happens. And at number 12, moving down 7 spots, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, it reminds me of the Week 1 game, where we had opportunities to win, and yet we didn't capitalize. The annoying thing is we played better, at least for the first half, we played a lot better than we did in the Chargers game. And the 99-yard pick six was a big swing, and I think that was the main like turning point of that game. Like that goes any other way, that doesn't, maybe even if he doesn't score a touchdown, we still win that game. Like, I think we score a touchdown on that play, Chiefs win. But like, fact is the other team scored a touchdown on that play, and that ain't good for the Chiefs, who now are looking like they're looking like they might fall to 2-4 because they're playing the Lions next week. I am nervous because I think my prediction for the Chiefs was that they were going to go 1-2 against Ravens, Lions, Bills, and then they would have one other weird, dumb trap loss. And this was a prediction I made after the Eagles game. So I predicted they would go 12-5. I didn't think that their one trap loss would be this early. Now, if I know the Chiefs, they will probably catch fire down the stretch and win like most of their last games, but I could definitely see them losing another game like in the earlier season. Like, I mean, who do they play week 8? I think they play Commanders week 8. That's a game that, I don't know, that could be their dumb trap loss game because they play the Bills the week after. We all know they're going to lose that because they never beat the Bills in the regular season. But then after that, I feel like they have a bye week and then they have some kind of time to build up and catch fire. Do play Broncos after the bye week, but I don't know, that could be the trap loss. We'll see. But right now, I think my Chiefs prediction has kind of gone down. I don't think they were supposed to lose that game. I think my Chiefs prediction is now 11-6, unfortunately. I still think they are my AFC West winners, but I think they could maybe be down to the 3 seed now, below Jacksonville because of that. The offense still should be firing on all cylinders, hopefully. I mean, especially once we get Rice back. Worthy was not targeted at that much last game, which I don't love because, he's my favorite boy. But Thornton did great, and all we need is for the running game to keep up what they did because they played a pretty good game. We just need the defense to step up and for just everyone to stop doing penalties. Please stop the penalties. It's not even just on the O-line anymore. Last year was just O-line penalties. Now it's just everyone. Stop. What sold us wasn't Chris Jones not tackling Trevor on the last play. What sold us was Chamari Connor's PI. That's what sold us. We could have won that game. That was a guaranteed pick. That was a pick if we didn't do that. You know what? The Jaguars won. It was a good game to them, but the Chiefs, I think, are a better team. But right now, they're not. But here's my thing, though. This is the lowest that the Chiefs will go. I'm going to make my first game prediction right now. I'm picking the Lions to win over the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. If the Chiefs lose, they will not fall any spots because I predicted they would lose. Unless they score 3 points, they're not going to go down. They're going to put up a Chiefs performance, but even if they lose, they lost to a team that right now is better than them. So they aren't going to move down if they lose. Anyway, number 11 is Washington, moving up 6 spots. They finally got the win they really needed. Jaden Daniels coming back. Ja'Cory Krusky-Merritt doing pretty solid as well as running back. I think he had 2 touchdowns, which again is sort of my thing with do you really need good running backs? I'm kind of understanding teams not valuing running backs anymore because it just feels like anyone can be good. They get rid of their top running back, Brian Robinson. The next guy will do good. You'll be fine. Unless your name is the Chiefs, it feels like anyone can have a good running back. I don't understand. Some nice assisted tip and pick action in that Chargers game as well. I think, did Herbert throw 2 picks in that game? I know he threw 1 because I watched one of them live, but I don't remember if he threw another one. I gotta go check now. Let's see here. Commanders, Chargers, Justin Herbert. He threw 1 pick. Okay, just 1. It was the assisted tip and pick. But yeah, no, that's my favorite kind of play. Honestly, that should be an official stat. If you're a defensive lineman and you tip the ball and somebody picks it, or honestly, if you're any defender and you tip the ball and someone picks it, that should be a stat, and it should be called assisted tip and pick. Anyway. Number 10, we got Green Bay on a bye week. They didn't move. I don't really have much to say about them because they were on a bye week. They didn't do much. Not really. People moved above them and below them, so they kind of balanced out. Number 9, I've got Jacksonville. They look like a for real team now. They're 4-1. They went +5. I predicted that they were going to win the AFC South back in week 2. And nobody believed me. Everybody said it was going to be Houston. And, Houston still does have the best shot. No, that's not true, actually. I forgot the Colts exist. I still think Jacksonville's getting it, though. I think Houston might even get 3rd. And there is a slim chance, I don't think it's going to happen, but there's a slim chance we see 3 AFC South teams in the playoffs, which would be ridiculous. I still think Colts go 10-7 and Houston goes 7-10, but whatever. I digress. Yeah. Offensive Jacksonville looked good, mostly because our defense didn't look good. But, obviously the huge pick 6 was a bonus. And I think I read that they signed, Greg Newsome from the Browns, who I think is pretty good. So their secondary just got even better. I didn't even really know much about Devin Lloyd. I think he's a linebacker. He's not really technically part of the secondary, but, he was definitely part of that pass defense. And, I'd been saying up to the game, I didn't really know how good the Jaguars pass defense was. And, the receivers did decent, but, they were able to cover Worthy. I'm not even going to lie. Travis Hunter was able to do a pretty good job on that. I do think part of that was Worthy's, little ankle deal that he had, but, whatever. I'm not going to make too many excuses. Jacksonville, +5 spots, top 10 team, moving on. Seattle did not move. They were number 8. They're going to stay number 8. I'm not moving them down after that impressive of a loss. They still look like a really good team. Sam Darnold threw four touchdowns. Still look like a really solid offense with a decent enough defense as well. Think they're a playoff team right now. I think my predictions I had them as the number 1 wild card in the NFC. and I still think they got that position. I think they're 3-2 now. So wait, no, 49ers lead the division. Actually, I thought the Rams did, but no, 49ers do. 49ers, they please don't let them make the playoffs though. They're so weird. I don't think they're a good team. I don't know. Seattle's cool. They're still number 8. I'm not going to move them down after that impressive of a loss. So, yeah, that's where they'll stay. Number 7, I have Indianapolis. Finally, I'm kind of putting respect on their name, moving them up 4 spots. They're back to their old ways. They look like a complete team, honestly. And if Daniel Jones keeps being Danny Dimes, they're going to stay that way. And if they can do that, they're going to win the NFC South. Their defense is kind of underrated. I think their defense is solid, and I honestly didn't know really what was going to happen with Jonathan Taylor this season, but he's looked good. And honestly, the only thing I don't trust about this team is good old Daniel Jones. If he turns back into Danny Derps from the Giants, it's going to go downhill real fast. I still think, even with that, they managed to get like 10-7 or 11-6, but I don't know. It'll be an interesting one. Number 6, I have Denver. I think they are right now, they're the best team in the AFC West. Moving up 3 spots. A win over the Eagles is a statement. They've got a really good defense, as they did last year. Their offense still needs work, but I think that they are trending the right way, which scares me as a Chiefs fan. But, what can you do? They're a decent team right now. And we'll see what happens. I know they lost to the Chargers in a 1-score game. Their other loss was something else. They beat the Bengals big, lost to the Chargers. Who else did they lose to? Did they start the season 0-1? They lost to the Colts by 1, on the weird play. So they've had 2 close losses, which is why I think this is such a good team. They've had 2 close losses to teams that are both pretty good. So I think Denver has a chance. I think they're my biggest threat to the Chiefs right now in the AFC West. Again, I still think Chiefs win it, but we'll see what happens. Rams are number 5. They've moved down 1 spot. I still think they're a fine team, and they just made a couple of costly mistakes. They beat themselves. They should have they had the capabilities to win both the Eagles game and the 49ers game, which is something to be said. You need to be able to finish games to be a good team, but they had the capabilities to win and be 5-0. They're a good team. They should be solid, and I think they'll be fine. They'll win the division over the 49ers, hopefully, and get a pretty good seed in the playoffs. Number 4, I've got a team that has just looked more and more impressive, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. While I'm not going to move the Seattle Seahawks down for a loss, I'm going to move Tampa Bay up for an impressive win. Offense looked like one of the best in the league. Defense looked, Seattle's offense kind of just went over them, but I know they do have a good defense. It was just really an offensive game in which the offense of Tampa Bay managed to do a little bit more. I think still one of the best, if not the best, receiving core in the league. Great running back duo as well, and then Baker, who's playing out of his mind. They got to be in the top 4. Then you have your top 3, still the same top 3, but in a different order. Number 3, I have Philadelphia. After losing 2, it's like they remind me of last year's Chiefs. All their games have been 1 score, but they finally dropped 1. And I think this kind of proves that they're a team that's winning the close games. They're winning them nonetheless. They are still a good team, but I don't think they're quite as dominant as the top 2 teams on this list. They have had a harder strength of schedule. I will give them that. But still, if you're only going to score 24 on the Cowboys defense in week 1, come on. They're facing the Giants coming up, which I think should be their easiest game of the season. Should be a break for them for sure. They faced Broncos, Buccaneers, Rams, Chiefs, and Cowboys, all of whom I think are solid teams. All of them are top half teams in the power rankings, but now they're going to face Giants. We'll see how they actually are. I think if they put up a really solid win, I think they could easily move up a spot for sure, even if the other top 2 teams don't even lose. Number 2, I've got Buffalo. They lost, but they're not going to move. Sometimes just Josh Allen doesn't look like himself. He looks like Mr. Turn the ball over. But, we don't care. He's still second best quarterback in the league right now for sure. At least, playing the second best, I don't know about. I think Baker's probably playing the best. But, as far as actual, how good are you as a quarterback, he's number 2 behind Mahomes. But yeah, still, Bills have a really solid team. I said after, I think 2 years ago, the divisional game where Chiefs beat them, so people were saying, are they done? I was like, no, probably not. And they came back last year and they made it to the championship. And people are kind of still saying, are they done? No, they are absolutely not done. They're going to go far in the playoffs regardless. I hope to meet them in the AFC Championship again. And even if it's at Orchard Park, I still think the Chiefs can take it home. If it's in the playoffs, at least, because they can't beat us in the playoffs. And then your number 1 team for Week 5. If it's not the Chiefs, at least it's my Detroit Lions. Favorite team in the NFC. They are currently the number 1 team because of just how dominant they've been in their wins. And yes, their strength of schedule is nowhere as good as the Eagles. They faced the Bengals, they've faced the Browns, they've faced the Bears, they've faced the Ravens were good when they had Lamar and before they had a bunch of defensive injuries. So they've had one good win where it's not as close as the 38-30 score would make you think. But either way, Detroit's your number 1 team right now, and again, it's going to be hard to knock them off until they lose, unless Philadelphia has an amazing showing against the Giants, shutting them out 56-0. I think Detroit's going to stay at number 1, providing they win, of course, which hopefully they don't. This I feel like this is a trap game for the Lions, but it's still one that they should be expected to win. So, I've already kind of made my prediction for that game. I think Lions take it, improving to 5-1, and Chiefs go to 2-4. Right now, the Lions are a better team. It's a game that the Chiefs can win. It's just going to be a matter of, are they going to actually execute? If they play like they did against the Ravens, they can definitely win this game. But, and because the Lions, I don't think have faced a defense as good as the Chiefs defense since week 1. So it will be a test. But as long as they can, limit the penalties, I think the Lions offense won't be as, dominant as they have been. They faced the Browns defense, but, they're the Browns. Who cares? That's my pick for that one. Unfortunately, we're going to go Lions. Now back up to the Thursday game. I'm going Eagles here. Again, it's going to be a matter of how big will the blowout be, rather than if there will be one. So yeah, we're going Eagles here. And then another pretty easy one, another New York team, Broncos Jets. The Jets offense will be able to do absolutely nothing. Broncos are winning this one. Then Seahawks Jaguars. That is an interesting game. I would like to say momentum and say Jacksonville, but I'm going to go Seattle on this one. I think Seattle is a little bit better of a team right now. This is the number 8 and number 9 team in my power rankings right now. So this is a game that I'm excited to watch. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence can have as good of a game as he did on Monday. So I think I pick Seahawks on this one. I think they're a bit more well-rounded. We'll see how the Jags defense is. It's going to be a matter of Seahawks offense versus Jags defense, and specifically Seahawks pass offense versus Jags pass defense, because Jags pass defense has been doing really good as of late, and they just got a new acquisition, obviously, in Greg Newsome. So we'll see what happens. Chargers, Dolphins. Dolphins are not great. I'm going Chargers here. I think Dolphins are kind of going downhill fast, and this ain't going to save them. Rams, Ravens, same thing with the Ravens. They don't have Lamar. They don't have the game. Even with Lamar, I don't think they win against the Rams, who are a solid top 5 team. I'm going Rams here. Cardinals, Colts. Cardinals have got to have terrible momentum after that. I'm going Colts to go 5-1. Can't believe I'm saying it. Who have they played that's good? They played the Raiders, who aren't good. They lost to the Rams, so there is that. They did beat the Broncos, so they've beaten at least one team with a good, solid defense. Then they beat Titans and Dolphins. Okay, so not any amazing teams, but I don't think Cardinals are that great either, so I think Colts get this one. Next, Cowboys-Panthers. This feels like one of those weird games where like the Panthers are going to go out and win. It's kind of tough to say, though, because I don't trust the Panthers' defense enough to be able to counteract the Cowboys' offense. So I'm going to go Cowboys here, but this is one game that might be a trap game. We'll see. Next, we have Patriots-Saints. This might be another trap game. I don't know. I mean, this seems like a game where, like, Patriots are on a high. They just beat the Bills, like, cruising. But Saints, I mean, like, they also got to win. We'll see. And they're at home. I think I still got to go Patriots here. You got to try to pick the team who you think is better. Like, I'll get my upset pick in somewhere amongst these games, but it's not going to be there. Next, Browns-Steelers. Steelers. We got a battle of the interesting defenses. I think Rodgers is going to be able to do a little bit more than Dillon Gabriel. I mean, Dillon Gabriel didn't look bad, but like he's going to face good old TJ Watt, and it's not going to be great. I think Steelers win this one. Titans-Raiders. Now, this could be an interesting one. I think I'm going to say momentum carries the Titans to a win. Momentum has not been my friend before, and I think there could be a version of the Raiders that shows up where Geno turns into like half Jameis Winston, just the touchdown half and not the interception half, but we'll see. I'm picking Titans here for now. We'll see what happens. 49ers, Buccaneers. This should hopefully be the Buccaneers. I hope the 49ers don't get another win. Should hopefully be Buccaneers. They're a better team. They should win this. Bengals, Packers. We got a team that was thought to have one of the best defenses in the league versus a team that does have the worst. And Bengals are without their QB. Packers are going to win this game. It's going to be a rough one. They traded for Joe Flacco, so that's interesting. Is he much better than Jake Browning? I don't know. I don't really think so. I don't know how much it's going to help him, but I guess we'll find out. I mean, last time Joe Flacco was traded, he did pretty solid. Yeah, we'll see. Bills, Falcons. Knowing how the Falcons have done this year, knowing how weird they're probably going to end up winning this game or something. But I'm still going to pick Bills, obviously. I don't think that's actually going to happen. But Bills are a better team. They should win this. And then finally, Bears, Commanders. Now, this would be a trendy upset pick. I think Bears are an interesting choice. Williams versus Daniels. But I think Commanders looked good enough last week that I'm not going to pick that upset pick. I think Titans are a big enough upset pick for me this week. There wasn't a big upset that I chose for this one. But, yeah, going Commanders. Bears do have a shot, though. I think it is a winnable game for them and definitely an important one. But yeah, picking Commanders to win that one on Monday night. So, that was it for this episode, the weekly episode of Beyond the Stats. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe. Helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys again after some more football, hopefully on Saturday. Might have a new unique idea. We'll see if I can think of something by the time I post this, but if not, I'll just see you guys then. So, have a good day, everybody. Goodbye.